Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabsnet.com. It's May 22nd. Today's script or program in this case uh, is very sophisticated. So, a couple of big things have happened. We've got the new Anthropic Claude Sonnet and Opus has just been dropped in the last day, version 4. I've tested it out. And also the new Gemini 2.5 has been released, but the name has not changed. I'm going to show you the most sophisticated script or program that I've come across yet. So I just wanted to let you know these will be available uh, in my back end of my membership. Once I get everything together, I'll announce that soon. So in here, these are now C++. Okay. I'm getting pretty good at generating these fairly quickly. As I've talked about headless projects, we've got here OU mean reverting, LPI swap, implied volatility, log normal simulation, option pricing, I can never say this, monotonicity. These are institutional level projects now that I've got coded up, and also the cybernetic oscillator as well. So I've got just today alone, I've generated five projects. And I'm going to show you the most advanced one yet. This one is the beta trading analyzer. Okay. This is again 100% generated with either model I just mentioned, the most up to date. And I want to show you this one. So this project is going to be made available to all my members once they become paying members. Okay. So in here, what I've got is this is all built out by the AI. Okay, it's a combination using the Anthropic and the new Anthropic 4. I purposely did this to challenge this thing to see how it could handle it. Version 4 kind of got the code there, but when you build it, it's full of errors. Like it was a lot. So I kept iterating. I took a 2-hour process, kept iterating, trying to see if it could correct it. So I handed the same job, all the code that it generated, plus all the exceptions and errors, and handed it off to Gemini 2.5. 2.5 was able to fix it and be able to, over time, probably an hour of iterating it, finally got it linked and working. So I'm very excited to show this to you. So I'll show you what this program is. It's very sophisticated. So this is using IM GUI. I'm going to be honest with you, this is heavily quant stuff. Okay. I'm no expert here. Okay. It's still got some bugs like this stupid thing that follows you around. So this is using IM GUI and C++. And what it does is I purposely put a menuing system in here to reset a simulation, which we'll do. We've got here all the different profiles here I can add. This is now a beta distribution demo. I'll get into specifics of what this is in the README file. Again, generated by AI. We've got here a volume profile, inventory management demo, and a market simulator, MDP. And this is for market making and high frequency trading. I purposely chose this to show you can demonstrate how fast this thing is with AI and the code that's generated. So again, I'm just going to click on some stuff here, and you can see here that this ask mode, bid mode, and it's a simulator, is moving. Okay, so we're supposed to be able to run a simulation, um, and in here, this is absolutely incredible. Again, 100% Linux, C++. So I got uh, a skill beta volume profile, just a simulation demo. And all I care about is to get it to a running state. I could probably spend time to get rid of this stupid message thing, this window here. For sure, I can get rid of it. In here, you can see it's adding in, as I raise the bid profile with the bid alpha, It adjusts the bit volume and ask volume. Okay, and then it should update it here in this panel right here. Okay. Um, the code is it's all one C++ program. It's just under 1,000 lines. And you can see why it takes so long to get to this point. But to be able to build this, as I kept saying for people, and now in C++, and the stats of the performance, this will blow your mind. So in here, as I said, we got an ask profile, da 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 da, all that fun stuff. And it's all GUI there built in using this IM GUI. In here as well, we can see here, we've got an inventory driven mode manager right here, and we can adjust it however we want. Okay. And apparently, so we have this thing called the MDP. That's supposed to be an HFT agent. That's what they call it. So we have a market simulator here, MDB agent. It's supposed to be HFT related. So I can have it run up to 10,000 steps. And I'm not sure how to run it, to be honest. Um, let's see here. So we have inventory P&L. We can set the epoch, the signaling, the quotes for the bid and ask, the inventory, total trader, and let's see here. Market simulation data. It's all built in. Anyways. Okay. Anyways, so enough is enough. As if I'm an expert here. Anyways, let's crash out of this. Couple of bugs still here. If I want to exit, oop, doesn't exit for some reason. Again, I can iterate it with the Google Gemini 2.5. You can see here, there's still some warnings, errors, um, all kinds of stuff. But to get it to that point in about a process of about 2, 3 hours, this is why I'm going to be charging for this, okay? Because it does take a lot of time to get everything I just showed you, 6 projects. Well, this one's the most sophisticated yet. So I want to show you the README file as well. So this is a README file. As you can see here, I purposely, um, in here, we've got the, okay. So this is how it's structured, okay? So I'm going to put it in a zip file or a RAR file. So we have a build script here. We have the main uh, CPP file. As I said, it's all self-contained in that one file. The conditions I put in as part of the prompt is I only wanted one library, one framework, and that was the IM GUI. Everything else is using standard template library. And what you'll find most of the time is that's how HFT shops is. They'll have their own custom libraries, yes, but they're going to try to strip away and minimize as many dependencies as possible in their scripting or coding. Okay, and I try to follow the same process. So this is how it works. So we have a build script, we have a CMake file, um, we have the main CPP file, we have the setup script, and then we have 2 separate libraries. We have a build library, which I'll go into. Okay. Okay. And in here, you've got the make file, the INI file for the IM GUI, and the library for the IM GUI library. And then we've got the README here that I'm going to show you in a minute. And if we go into the third party folder, um, I think we just got the IM GUI and the IM plot. So those are all the different parts of IM GUI. There you go. Okay, so that's a standard open because this is an open source project, IM GUI, so that's all included. And again, the AI builds this all out for you, which is the power of it, right? Let's just see where I am. Okay. Okay. So in here, just to show you how much of a monster this CMake file is, you can see it's pretty sophisticated. I couldn't have built this out myself because to hand code this, I mean, I've seen full-time jobs just to build out make files. No more with AI, right? So there's that, and it's all I can say is very sophisticated. In here, we've got a build script and a setup script. Okay, I do everything on the console. I'm a big boy, and real men use VI. They don't use IDs. I use Sublime, but I'm not quite the man I used to be. But Sublime's fine for me. So if we go into Sublime, and here's the README file. Okay, so this is what this program does. Okay, again, I'm no expert here. I've added as part of the prompt and a reference to a URL. If it needs the images, here's the images for that. I've had instances where I'm able to have plots, charts, and the AI is able to mimic it very closely if I did it in Python or whatever language I chose, right? So in here, this is what it does. It scales beta policies for market making and inventory management in algorithmic trading. Okay, this might go over your head as it did with me, but this is why I did this project because I wanted to make it as difficult as possible to see if the latest LLM versions that came out in the last week can do this. And yeah, it can, but you got to, as I said, you got to iterate on the compilators and stuff. So create a C++ based on the specs in the article with an IM GUI interface and plots. And I did that on purpose, okay? And I accomplished it. This is the amazing thing. This is what we got here. Core concepts, beta distribution, scaled beta distribution for volume profile, which I just showed you, market making with inventory management, HFT decision making with state space, inventory signal, quotes, epoch, beta distribution parameterization. Well, the Greeks, I'm not going to get concentration mode, alpha, beta, inventory driven beta skewing, market simulation and replay, key components, beta distribution class, scale beta volume, market maker agent with inventory management, okay, state space representation, MDV solver, market simulation, plotting functionality, IM GUI interface, and parameter controls for beta distribution, real-time plotting, distribution inventory, simulation control, plot mentioned in the article. So these are it recognized the plots, okay? Beta distribution shapes with different alpha beta parameters, volume profile across price level, inventory evolution over time, P&L and performance, comparison of different strategies. So again, I challenged it to create C++ code in one program, and it did it. Okay, so the only thing, and it'll give you the instructions. Doesn't matter if it's Ubuntu, Debian, CentOS, Red Hat. They'll show you all, because I specifically asked for the build instructions. You know, in prompting, you say, I'm a 5-year-old, I don't know what I'm doing. You want everything, okay? So in here, we also included Visual Studio for Windows, all the instructions on how to build it out, okay? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let me see if I can find you the statistics of the performance. It just blew my mind what this can do. So performance and real-time plotting, inventory evolution, P&L, trading metrics, usage. Application provides windows for different aspects of the beta trading strategy. This is incredible. So market simulation, run a full simulation of the high-frequency trading market making strategy. And that's from a blog post. It's so advanced. And people say, "Can I keep my job? I have my career." I hate to tell you, folks, the writing's on the wall right here, right now. So we have here full implementation, beta distribution, scale beta volume, HF market making agent, MDB based, optimal policy solver using value iteration with a simulator, discrete event simulation of market dynamics, inventory management, inventory-driven beta skewing is described in the paper. Builds on any platform. Okay. Key advantages. This is the nitty-gritty. Processes. This is capabilities. processes 1 million order book events per second in real time. So right there, the way it's coded, it can generate 1 million order book events per second. That's mind blowing. Five, is it this milliseconds? Decision latency on commodity hardware. So if you have a standard, let's say a newer hardware, computer hardware, yeah, 5 milliseconds. It's coded optimally with that from the AI. This is how advanced it is. Implements hardware accelerator PDF, so automatically it will support distributed backtesting across GPU clusters. That's the performance metrics and the advantages of what and how it's coded up. Implementation balances academic rigor with production grade considerations. Again, an AI coded this, particularly around low latency execution and numerical stability in financial calculations. The architecture allows for both interactive research and headless batch processing of trading strategies. I could have easily coded this up or vibe coded it in a headless, optimal, low latency application. That's just mind blowing. Latest coding breakdowns with walkthrough, because I can specifically ask now, give me the breakdown. Okay. And here we go. Okay. So these are all the header files included, all standard library. Okay. GELEO statistics. Again, that's a standard. We have core mathematical models, beta distribution class, blah, 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 blah. Beta scaled beta profile class, MDP agent and simulation. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. And again, this is an AI using a blog post that and I'll include it in the references here in the package if you are interested in this. This section implements a market making agent based on Markov decision process. Okay, this is probably high frequency trading shop level algos. Okay, again, a AI developed it. Okay, these are the US LLMs I use, and I can assure you the prior Chinese models like DeepSeek and the newer QWQ, are just as good, probably better. And that was released a few months ago. These are brand new, which just came out. So this is now drawing inspiration from Ait, Sahalia, and Saglam models. Agent decides whether to place bid-ask quotes to maximize expected reward, spread capture, while penalizing inventory risk. If that makes sense to you. So it's actually on a low latency, high frequency trading level able to generate this stuff. So there's a container for all fixed parameters in the MD model market environment. So here's all the parameters for the MDP, large fund traders, patient large fund traders, okay, market share structure, inventory, current inventory held by the agent. MDP solver works with the integer state indices. This class maps market state object to unique integer index and vice versa. This is crucial for storing the function and policy in arrays using only standard template library. Okay. Purpose core of the market making agent, it uses value iteration to solve the NDP defined by the model, parameters, and market state. On and on it goes. Okay, purpose to simulate the progression of time and market events, allowing the HFT agent to interact with the simulated market. Okay, so we've also included a basic GUI, because I asked for it. That's what made it really difficult. But yeah, this is sophisticated. Anyways, can you do high frequency trading level code, market making? Absolutely. If you want to learn, the best way I mentioned this in a prior video, is you reverse engineer this. Okay, that's how you learn and get good at this stuff, to reverse engineer these examples. And it came back to a video I put up about books. Do you really need books now to generate stuff like this? I don't know. I don't think so. Because now you can generate this kind of code just from a blog. It's that sophisticated. That's it. Anyways, as I said, this is now going to be behind, unfortunately, a chargeable membership. If you want to know more about this sort of stuff, okay, go to my website, quantlabsnet.com, click the Learn tab, and get yourself on the email list. I am now cranking out so many emails per day. Um, and plus, you get my C++ HFT ebook that came out last year. It's PDF, free. Okay, so you can do that. You can do it from the home page as well. I don't release your information. People say maybe I do spam you because, well, why am I doing that? Well, let me show you once again. Okay, so as I said, I've just generated, um, uh, about 6 projects alone today, plus what I just showed you. Okay, that's why you could get a lot of emails and content from. And I'm now on TikTok. I didn't realize there are lots of cool folks on there following what I'm doing. Thank you very much. YouTube's still around and all the like. But this is exciting stuff. This is why you got to be doing code vibing with HFT level code in C++, optimally code generated or vibe coded. Plus, it's mind blowing. 1 million transactions per second. Unbelievable. And it's already coded optimally for that, and it looks clean. And you can reverse engineer that plus the quant stuff as well. Times are getting good. Even though if you don't get a job, and if you want to get a job, learn this, but you still got to, unfortunately, have your degree. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Over and out. If you got a comment, please let me know. If you want to subscribe, do that, because that tells where, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform, that you like this stuff and you value it. And more importantly, get on the email list, because I can't put up everything on the major platforms because it'll throttle all my views. All right, so I can put videos on my on my own website and host it on my own site as well. Okay, over and out. Thanks very much. Have yourselves a good day, good night. Over and out. Riveter Chief. Bye bye. Oh, wow.